Greetings and welcome to episode 12 of the Q Podcast, a podcast where a gathering of friends weigh in on geek passion topics. Today is July 5th, Go America, 2015, and my name is Ben Thomas, aka freeBrunch. Joining me today is Patrick. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna make up a different nickname for every episode. We're off to a terrible start.
Gosh.
Big Fire Figueroa. How's it going, man?
What's up, guys? What's up? I looked at you when you said, "Oh gosh," I was like, "What did we forget this time?"
Does he not know how to pronounce my last name?
Yeah,
Because that's happened before.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting a new nickname. It's been like 3 weeks, but
and now everybody's expectations are shattered.
It's funny because before we were going through our checklist, and I was like, "Nope, everything's good. We got all our links, we got all our ideas, we're good to go." And then I just dropped the ball.
You should just start over. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Greetings. No, just kidding. We also got Christian C Monkey Elariaga. What's up, man? I like your shirt.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Brandon today.
I'm sure that EY is not a reference to A, but I might be saying A lot today.
Dude, I never thought about it that way, but now it's gonna be all I do in the office.
Yeah.
That's the only way I thought about it.
If I saw you, I'd do like the two pointer fingers. Be like, A. That's what Voy Boy, like my favorite League streamer, does. Speaking of League, too, we might need to no, there's always VODs. I'm always like, oh, I'm so excited to watch LCS, and then I'm like, oh wait, we have to podcast, but podcast is more important.
Way more important. Although I watched the TSM Dragon. I watched 2 games yesterday.
That game was so good.
Dude, my coworker was telling me about the
Keith.
No, the TSM game with Ezreal with the Runeglaive.
Yeah.
I think he was like, dude, it's free low, man. And this was like a week before.
Wow.
This happened. He was like, dude, it's free low. I'm climbing gold with it. And then a week later, I saw Ezreal in mid, and I was like, is that Smite? Oh gosh, he's doing Runeglaive. It's ridiculous.
I have not seen a LCS professional league game that broken or that imbalanced in my history of watching League. Maybe no one knows how to play against it, but I mean, everyone was just kind of jaw dropping watching Bjergsen because he was.
It was 60% of your health was gone with Arcane.
It was. It was unfair. It was it was no caster, rapid caster has any right to be that bursty. It was nuts.
Or the Mystic Shot, right? Was it
Mystic Shot, his Arcane Barrage. His Barrage, it's like a Nidalee that hits harder and has a
spears wider.
And misses less.
And has a bigger
huge
hitbox. Yeah, it's
huge hitbox.
It's crazy. But then that game was interesting too because TSM is trying out their new AD carry, Keith.
Oh yeah.
Because Wild Turtle's been their AD carry since the end of season 3, and he's been one of the best. I don't know. I'm always sad when TSM switches players because they've represented a constant in League of Legends for a long time. So.
Well, let's also talk about the other constant, Cloud9. Hai is jungling now.
Sad, dude.
It's
really sad to watch.
Weird.
He retired. He had which he retired out of really sad circumstances because of a wrist injury. He couldn't practice as much as he needed to. And then the person that did step down on Cloud9 was their best player.
Yep.
Meteos.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I don't know. A lot of people want him to go to what team? Oh, CLG, I think. That's one of their weaknesses is their jungler. But
is their jungler?
Xmithy. He's just made he's given up first blood jokingly in every game they've played this year. Not every game, but
yeah.
You should go to Samsung Galaxy, obviously.
Oh yes, definitely. Or they want him to go to Europe and play with Pepperino, who's he's one of those 80 AP mids on a team that has no right to be doing well, and because he's just carrying them. He's doing so well. But he doesn't speak English, so that's a problem. Okay. Well, we did some LCS last week. What else did you do last week, Patrick?
So there's a lot of news. With Comic-Con getting closer,
Comic-Con.
Warner Bros. Is getting a little bit more open with Batman v Superman news, and they released a set of stills through Entertainment Weekly, and there's a lot of good stuff. So have you guys got the images pulled up?
I do.
So we have Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor with whole head of hair.
He looks like a hipster.
He does, and I think that was what they was speculating that his role would be. It would be more of a corporate today Lex Luthor. Like, you know how, like, the young and up-and-coming, Mark Zuckerberg types.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I mean, just because he played Mark Zuckerberg doesn't mean I went to that.
It's an easy transition.
Right, like, because Lex Luthor is supposed to represent, like, the corporate machine almost, you know, like, who is super powerful in today's industry, and definitely the cardigan vibe from here is sealing the deal.
And the what seems to be a polka-dotted shirt.
The polka-dotted shirt, it's just, like, definitely not Gene Hackman and Kevin Spacey Lex Luthor that we've seen previously, which is really neat.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Jesse Eisenberg. Like, I think he'll do a good job. A lot of people say he can only play one character, but I know he, like, is a very intense actor who is really passionate about, and, like, it doesn't choose roles that he's not really interested in.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. Next picture, we've got it's just a regular Superman picture, but I think it's supposed to encompass the world now embracing Superman as, like, a god.
What's with all the face paint?
I think it's maybe supposed to be...
like Dia de los Muertos?
Right,
yeah, that's
exactly.
what it looks like.
Okay.
Maybe it's supposed to represent, like, all cultures are embracing him as, like, a...
Or it could just be... Because it looks like a lot of the people in the shot are Hispanic, so
Right.
I think it's more of... Yeah.
Right, like I said, like, all cultures around the world.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Unifying Superman as a god here.
Mm-hmm.
Third picture, we got Batman.
This is the most interesting picture to me.
Right. Do we have any idea what the suit's about?
Okay, I
Is it
guess...
something brand new?
So if you're not looking at the picture, Patrick is going to explain it. It's like Batman on the roof in the rain with the bat symbol, like the actual light pointed upward.
You know what we could do, Ben? We could kind of show them the picture, right? When we actually edit this in.
Oh,
I feel like that would take a lot of effort in
that
public.
sounds like work. Yeah, I might.
The
That's
links will be in the
Alright.
description.
No, that's a good point.
I'll explain it, and you can flip it around if you can.
That's
then.
a good call. Definitely put the links in the show notes.
So you've got an armored Batman here, and the armored Batman is a callback to a very famous Batman graphic novel, The Dark Knight Returns, that heavily features a Batman versus Superman fight. And Batman being a regular being he has to have a superpowered suit to stand toe-to-toe with the Man of Steel himself.
Yep.
He looks like
So-
Iron Man, though.
It's a very iconic piece of armor, you know, a suit. He does kind of look like Iron Man, and the way he fights is fairly similar to Iron Man. He's got, like, rocket boosters and all that kind of stuff.
That's
I mean,
different. That's really different.
You say that, but, like, The Dark Knight Returns is very old. Let me see when it was... I want to see when it was made.
I also think that
1986.
that
So
is
it's not
old.
that old, but...
The bat symbol looks really different as well.
It's another older bat symbol.
It's like it looks more cartoony.
Right, like today's idea of Batman's are
Very sharp.
the symbols are, like the Tim Burton, you know, yellow and black bat symbol, and then the Christopher Nolan, like very
sharp.
pointy bat symbol. So this one is hearkening to another, like, older bat symbol.
Yeah, I like a lot of these pictures, but I'm not high on Ben Affleck as Batman.
Oh, I think he's a very good Batman.
He's too famous. Like, he's too, like...
But I mean...
Like, I just see that,
Bruce
like...
Wayne.
I see that jawline, and I'm just like, oh no, there's Ben Affleck, and I think of, like, The Town, I think of Good Will Hunting. I mean, that's actually, I guess, a personal preference in superhero rather than, like, if I think he's right for the part or not.
Right. I mean, like, if you could, though, if you could replace him, who would you pick?
Exactly. My point is that I shouldn't know who to pick, because it should be someone that I've never seen before. Because they would become Batman to me. Like the Superman guy, I don't know him in anything other than Superman.
Right.
Like if
and
that
even Wonder Woman.
like Yeah, but I mean, it sounds like Ben Affleck is kind of into comics, so I think I would prefer an actor to play Batman that cares about the lore than just any actor.
I see.
Right. Yeah, and then, I mean, the rest of the pictures, I mean, you've got a picture of Ben Affleck with Zack Snyder, and then you've got a picture of Ben Affleck with Gal Gadot in fancy suits.
Good thing Ben Affleck's tall, because Gal Gadot looks really tall.
Yeah, I think she's like 5'11".
Yeah.
Is she really that tall?
She's long.
Jesus.
Yeah. Let's quickly see. 5'10".
God, she's tall.
She's gorgeous, though. I mean, just look at her.
Yeah, it's almost been so long since I've seen. I mean, I've never even seen a Wonder Woman ever. So
right,
I guess
right.
like
I mean, other than you never see a picture of the Linda Carter.
I've seen the pictures of that one, but I never actually seen it in action.
Right,
like an actual. I see.
I think a lot of people.
I like this picture of the three of them because it has more color than the pictures we've been shown before. Do you guys remember the older pictures?
This looks like less color, though.
I do remember that.
I mean, if you looked at the Wonder Woman reveal, it was like kind of brown tinted.
Yeah, they're still like not very colorful.
Mm-hmm.
They're still like super dark just across all three.
Right.
I mean, I think a lot of people are interested to see how she contrasts with Black Widow.
Yeah.
Black Widow's character in Avengers. I mean, just not the masses aren't going to care about that, but people who were interested in the feedback to the Avengers 2 are going to be this is kind of a direct opposition.
Right. That's a good way of thinking about that. Like for real.
It's just, something that only comic book nerds will want to break down. That's not something movie critics are going to care about.
Right. And then we got this last picture with the two of them showing down.
Yep.
How would Superman just not like smush his face in? That's what I want to know. I guess he's not like that.
Well, what was that one quote in the Batman? Because he's like, he knows that Superman's too good to do certain things.
Yeah.
Which is why Batman is allowed to do what he does in those fights versus Superman.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially because, with Man of Steel, I mean, I'm a defender of Man of Steel because I'm DC Comics nerd. Everyone always complains Man of Steel.
Dude, even DC comic fans don't defend that movie, though.
In terms of, how the story was done and, the film itself, it's not that great a film, but I do find it a good Superman story. A lot of people are angry about, all the destruction that followed the fight, just needless destruction here and there.
But that's what happens when Superman fights things.
Right, and that's and I've read on the internet people have been complaining for 30 years for Superman to actually get in a fight because, all 5 of his movies that before Man of Steel were not really fight-based movies,
No.
They were Superman Returns, the big break was him lifting an island of kryptonite.
Right.
And then we're finally delivered this earth-shattering fight that really shows off what Superman can do, and people will complain
because he destroys everything, which is
because he destroys the city. But that's the precedence of Batman v Superman, or that's what's rumored to be the precedence. Is Batman is suspicious? This guy could destroy a city if he wants to. How can no one? If half the world is worshiping him, who's gonna check him?
Mm-hmm.
And so Batman starts scheming and. That's the precedence, so...
Yeah, do you think that's why people didn't like that movie, though? I just felt like the characters didn't resonate.
That's what Reddit
complains
about a lot.
Well, I mean, Reddit should know that there's also a comic book dedicated to the superhero cast of people who pick up after those fights. I don't know if anyone's seen that.
So all my, DC fanboy knowledge comes from you, Patrick, and... whenever Greg talks about it on the Game Over Greggy show. And he really did not like Man vs. Steel, but I feel like it's because, that movie was kind of, lifeless. It just wasn't intriguing and, it wasn't, I guess, well executed. I didn't know that people had specific story qualms with it. Cause my problem wasn't so much with the story as with the execution. It just felt, I was just uninspired, but... And I can't put a finger on, but so I also have to take a step back and remember that I can't stand Superman.
Yeah.
So like that's like my opinion is immediately null because what kind of Superman story could they tell to someone who doesn't like Superman?
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see Batman and Wonder Woman and Superman together for sure though.
Now,
Right.
is that a classic Wonder Woman costume? I'm kind of curious.
I mean, Wonder Woman has had a lot of costumes, but ultimately that's pretty close. That's as close as you'll get to Amazonian and the colors
Mm-hmm.
without it looking campy.
And what makes Wonder Woman? It's the bracelets, right? And the lasso?
And
I mean,
the
the
head-
bracelets are just a feature, and I mean, she's a demigod.
Isn't
Yeah.
like the head dress thing important as well?
I
Like
mean,
the
people
I
have
just know that
shown
there are
her-
certain things, like items she wears that have powers that are attached to them.
Yeah, she can. I mean, there are stories where she can throw her tiara like a boomerang. Her gauntlets can apparently block bullets.
I remember that.
And then the lasso of truth.
Oh,
Those
that's
are her
awesome.
staples.
The
I mean, those
lasso
are
of
her.
truth.
Those are her staples, across all the ages and stuff. But ultimately, she's just like an Amazonian warrior who's got the blood of a god running through her.
And this movie is not till 2016, right?
March 2016.
Okay. But you think they'll have a big presence at Comic-Con coming up?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And we can definitely talk about that because...
What does that mean to have a presence? Does that mean autographs, trailers?
Trailers...
panels?
I would assume an entire panel.
panels.
Yeah.
Definitely a whole panel.
Whole panel
And
for that.
I'd like to say Marvel and Disney are not going to be present at this Comic-Con.
Has that
So-
ever happened?
No, I don't think so. Not that I know of. But that means it is WB's show to steal.
It is their time, yeah.
It is their time to make a lot of headlines when they don't have competing.
Or piss off a lot of people. We'll see.
Why would Marvel not go?
Because from what I read, they're saving it for the Disney Expo. They're saving Marvel's like big reveals.
What I don't get is that the Disney Expo isn't as big.
Maybe they're gonna try to use Marvel's presence to make it big.
That's true.
Because like just dedicated Marvel and Disney news is probably better than like competing with Warner Bros. And all the others.
Mm.
Ben, you were asking what makes a presence at SDCC, and the answer is to actually be able to go.
Yeah.
Because being able to go is like a gift from the gods.
So I'm like, this is kind of. So where would you guys rank cons in terms of how expensive they are? Because something that kind of alarmed me at MomoCon was the emphasis on just buying shit. Like I didn't quite realize how important like the shop, what is it called, the shop floor or the vendor booths, the dealer stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then like even like D-list voice actors were charging like $20-$30 for an autograph, like $50 for a picture.
Yep.
And I was like, wait a second, this is the smallest con I've ever heard of. Why? I worry that these cons are kind of like trapping nerds just because they're like, oh, you like this thing? Like, come and spend money because you want to like this thing, and instead of actually producing great experiences. Like, how much money are we talking to spend at like Dragon Con if you go for 4 days?
Depends on when you buy the pass, first and foremost, because pre-ordering your pass is always cheaper than buying it day of. Usually by about $40 to $50, depending. They also give you group rates, which you're going to want to take advantage of sometimes.
Yeah.
Then,
I
obviously...
mean, everything else is up to your discretion to purchase, though.
Well, that's also dependable because, I mean, we live in Georgia, so it's not going to be as expensive as somebody who's, let's say, you want to go to a con, you have to fly out, you have to book a hotel, so
Yeah,
that's
that's
already
right.
another,
That's a good point.
And the
$300.
food is very expensive.
Mhm.
Like on the floor, unless you want to like leave.
Yeah.
Like
So there's
Papa
that, too.
John's is like $5 a slice or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So it gets pretty...
I was annoyed by that. I was like, why is this so expensive? Like, I don't know.
Because they know you're going to spend the money to get it.
Yeah, and Comic-Con I imagine is like the pinnacle of that.
Oh yeah, Comic-Con's probably top.
Like $1,000 for a week
And ooh,
at least.
I don't actually know
If you're
the
flying into
prices.
town, probably.
Yeah.
I'll also say like, in terms of like getting the autographs and stuff like that, Yeah, it does seem kind of like cheap and cheesy. But I mean, there's some people like, at least for me, like when I visited Yale Stewart, I was more than happy to like buy his stuff and stuff like that. But you're right, there are some D-list actors out there that were upcharging just for a picture to be signed or a picture with them. That's why I've always been scared to like approach those tables. Because I don't know what to do like with my hands. Like what am I, like when I go up there, unless there's like a little picture, and sometimes they do have pictures or posters there like outlining the prices, like autograph $20, picture $30, autograph and picture $40, and it's like.
And then there's buying like poster autographed swag, and especially when you have people like, you obviously know when you go to one of these cons, if you see something signed by Leonard Nimoy, that's going to be spiked because
they know they have all their
collectible
buyers like in one location too.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, Leonard Nimoy can't obviously sign things anymore, so
that's true.
Those prices are going to be way shot up than what they were a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, those were already going for like $500 for a framed signed poster.
I remember when we were at Dragon Con, I think there was like Robin Williams pictures there that were signed, and they were like running for $1,000 or something like that.
Very easily.
And it wasn't even like an official, like, I'm sure it was legitimate, but it was like a side shop.
Right.
I was like selling it. It wasn't like
it wasn't like an
real
actual
gift store. Yeah.
Is it normal at cons for panels to not be able to fit all the people that want to get in?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. MomoCon is not like that at all. So is it like first come first serve? Or?
James Gunn?
James Gunn, director of Guardians of the Galaxy. That line was out the fucking door, man.
We had to wrap around the building.
We did. It was bad.
Did you make it in?
We made it in. Luckily.
We made it in.
Yeah.
We got it probably in the middle, and we were wrapped around. We were outside, like wrapped around
in the rain.
In the rain, and like people weren't leaving, you know, and people like want to go. And what was cool about James Gunn though, he was like, after this or sometime tomorrow, I'm gonna free sign stuff. Mm-hmm. So like he didn't charge.
I think it was directly
after
the panel.
Right.
That's
so
cool.
That was like super cool of him.
That is cool. Oh, okay. Well, Comic-Con's actually next week.
I think July 8th. No. Yeah, July 8th I think is when it starts.
Wow.
Goes through the weekend, I think.
Okay, that's exciting.
I'm not sure.
Anything else?
Nothing else too important.
Batman.
Do I have time to talk about Batman?
Yeah, I want to hear about it.
Yeah, no, we want to hear about this.
Okay, so I finished Batman. I got 100% on the story. And last week I was praising High Hell to everything. And I will say, like, the ending itself, or the final confrontation, was one of the most memorable experiences I've had as gaming as a whole. I won't tell you why. If you've played Batman Arkham Knight, you'll know what I'm referring to. And if you guys ever get your hands on it and you play that, you're going to lose your minds. Because we talked about last week that this game is a psychological mindfuck. And that last scene I was like freaking out. It was like, it was so great.
Well, there's like two endings, right? One you get just by being the game.
I'm not even talking about that, because that's another like thing that's in a separate part of my mind. I'm talking about like the final confrontation.
That's not like, the ending?
The last bit of gameplay you actually get to play.
Okay.
Was like incredible and one of the most memorable moments in gaming for me in a long time. But in terms of the actual endings, I will say it's kind of like how disappointing Dark Knight Rises was. And I've praised Dark Knight Rises in the past, but I will say the problem I have with Dark Knight Rises, I'm saying I still like the movie, is that it went for just a bigger scale Batman. Like another reason I liked The Dark Knight, the second movie, was that it was just Batman and Joker, like just fighting it out. But The Dark Knight Rises was like, you have to encompass all of Gotham. The scale is much bigger. There's a huge bomb. I just felt like this one was similar to that. As I got towards the end, it was just like too big scale for me. And I wasn't in love with Scarecrow as the villain as much.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. It just didn't feel as intimate as Arkham City or Asylum was. Like with Asylum, it was like a battle with Joker. You know what I mean? It was like a psychological head-to-head with Joker. Same could be said about Asylum
City.
Yes, exact. Thank you.
Yeah.
But this, that.
So
And
it sounds like you can't put a finger on it, but you have a bad taste in your mouth.
I have a bad taste in my mouth. It had so much potential. Like Arkham City's ending, like blew my mind. Like the actual ending, not the confrontation. It blew my mind away. I was like, holy shit, I'm mind fucked right now. Arkham City just felt everything Arkham Knight just felt predictable. There were no big twists at the end. It was just like very straightforward.
So are you referring to, so there's an ending you get just by beating the game, there's an ending you get when you 100% the game, and
Right.
what I heard was that the very underwhelming one was the 100% ending.
Yeah, the 100% ending, I was just like, that's why I got 100%?
Yeah.
That was because getting those Riddler fucking trophies took me fucking forever, and I was like, I'm doing this for the 100% ending.
Yeah.
Like, it better be great. I hope it incorporates, like, because you're supposed to put all these people in jail, right? Like,
Mhm.
Two-Face has a side mission, Penguin has a side mission, and you're trying to do all of those to get 100%. I thought getting 100% meant there would be a reason, like, oh, I've got all these guys in prison, now they're gonna do something crazy, because they're all, but it meant, like, getting 100% meant nothing for the ending. It just, like, unlocked an extra cutscene. It didn't influence the ending. Which was like,
Yeah.
why did I spend all those hours getting Riddler fucking trophies if it meant nothing?
I was like, that sounds good to me because I have no intention of getting all the
And
trophies.
please don't, because
Yeah. Because you could just YouTube that ending, like that
you could,
cutscene.
and I wanted it to be pure for me.
Yeah. We
That's
want
just,
to earn it as well.
right. But when you look at who completes the game, which is about 30%, and 1.8% get the trophy that, that shows that you got all the Riddler trophies, which is primarily the big holdback from getting 100%.
Yeah.
It's like, good on you, 29%. You did not just waste your time.
Yeah. Yikes. I see here something about pre-order packs.
Right. So I played also the Harley Quinn and the Red Hood packs that I pre-ordered the game for. Complete pieces of shit.
Really?
It took about 15 minutes to beat. Like, it would have been cool if, like, they gave me access to, like, use those characters in free roam, because the characters are really cool. Like, I liked playing as Harley Quinn and Red Hood. Like, their combat animations were different, and they have different tools.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when it's a 15-minute campaign and the game's done, it's like, at least let me use them in, like, free roam so I can fuck up shit on my own.
Wait, so
Yeah.
they didn't give you that option?
Nah, dude, it's like a 15-minute, like, mini story. And it was a piece of shit.
And
I-
I get this
I
straight,
didn't-
that was the GameStop exclusive.
All of these bad news things sounds like good news things to me.
I know. And it's
Sounds like,
I really like the game.
yeah.
Like, this is just like the stuff that's left bad taste in my mouth. I still love the game. The story was great except for, like, the ending part, but
It's I don't know. I feel like I'm not being too harshly penalized for not doing collectibles and not pre-ordering, which is good to me. But it's like, I don't know, when you entice someone to pre-order something with content,
Yeah.
that's a little bit like you're gonna feel burnt when that's 15
I am
minutes.
burned.
Yeah.
Amber.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's why it was more of a GameStop exclusive as opposed to a pre-order thing in general. Because I mean,
'Cause it
giving
wasn't-
access to a specific character throughout the entirety of the game, or for a
That
specific
just wouldn't fly.
right.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm burned a little bit. It's a learning experience for me.
Good game, but okay. So I asked you this last week, and you answered you answered positively. But was it worth the hype? Did it live up to the hype that it received?
There are components that really did. I can't even say what they are until I'm sure you guys might have even read about it, but I don't want to be responsible for, like, spoiling it
that.
in any
Yeah.
way possible. The twist in the game is the best component. Like, the big twist is, like, it's so good. And it leads up to this final confrontation part that I'm referring to.
Mm.
Oh my gosh. It was just like,
Did you?
it's like Batman in its purity.
I heard.
Everything you love about Batman, it's this moment.
I heard it became very obvious to those familiar with Batman who the Arkham Knight was well before you met the Arkham Knight.
Yeah, I got goosebumps. Not goosebumps, I just got, like, my stomach just, like, churned when you said that. Because it was... They had so much potential, dude. I mean, you're getting all hot and bothered because they have so much potential. Like, and this is what I mean to tell you, like, I was waiting for a twist. And I was like, this is the biggest fucking red herring I've ever seen. You guys know what a red herring is?
Yeah.
It's like, it's super obvious, and it's like, there's gotta be something behind it. There was
sad.
nothing behind it.
I feel sad for you now.
There was nothing behind it.
Oh,
and I was like,
sad.
Arkham City blew my fucking mind. The first main villain was not the main villain. There was another dude behind it. It was nothing.
I could just see you sitting there playing, like thinking, like, smiling, like, oh, Rocksteady, like, I know you're gonna mess with me. I know you're gonna do something crazy here. Yeah. Oh, shit.
I was, and then it's just like that Fry meme from Futurama where you just, like, squint your eyes and you're like, this shit's too obvious.
Yeah.
It's gotta be something.
It's like, what if this is the case?
Alright, guys. You get me off Batman.
Alright, no more Batman.
Never thought I'd say that, but...
That's pretty funny. Well, funny for me. I played, on Friday night, I went to a different gaming bar in Atlanta called Joystick, where I got to play Pac-Man, and they have, like, a bunch of arcade games, like all the classic, like, Street Fighters, like, racing games.
Was it your first time to Joystick?
No, I've been there a bunch of times.
Yeah, Ben and I've been there before.
Yeah, I loved playing Pac-Man. I don't know, I think I don't like playing arcade games, sober, cause I get like, I like wanna like hit them and I get like upset when the way that you die in like a Galaga or a Batman is just so frustrating. But when you have like a good buzz, I was just like playing Pac-Man and I was actually getting like a kind of a crowd cause I was like doing really well and I was like in a nice mood. So I really enjoyed that. I played Connect 4. I'm the world champion of Connect 4. I never lose. I keep still playing Bloodborne, and Patrick told me about this movie a couple months ago. I finally watched The Kingsman: Secret Service. It's just
goodness, yes.
It's a romping good time.
It's such a good time, dude.
I really liked how British it was. Just because as an American, like, I don't know, it gives it a little bit of like diverse. It's not just like a Bourne movie or like. I don't know, the British humor is hilarious. And I like the accents. No, it was fun. Like, I thought that the kid in it was like almost like a golden boy. Like, he was like, I don't know. He looked like he should be.
Never seen him before.
I'd never seen him either, and he looked like a likable Taylor Lautner.
A likable Taylor Lautner.
Yeah.
Just like a pretty boy who I didn't want to, like, I was like, I wanted to emulate, not avoid. So that was really fun, like, really fun over-the-top moments. I heard it was based off a comic, too, which I did not realize.
It is. It's the same comic who did Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Which is why it's a very similar tone.
Definitely.
It's like, just over-the-top, excessively gory.
Yeah.
And,
I don't know what it was, though. Like, I enjoyed Kingsman way more than
Kick-Ass? I did, too.
Yeah.
I did, too.
I agree, for sure.
And then there's a rumor that Journey for PS4 is going to be released July 21st.
Get excited for that.
Which I'm so excited about because I was a 360 convert and...
We're talking about like the indie game Journey, right?
Yeah.
PS4, for PS4.
Yeah, so like it's been out for forever, but if you never had a PlayStation 3, I don't know if it's on PC...
I don't think so.
You're gonna have fun. Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah,
and Christian's done this multiple times. To me, he'll show me a game, and I'll try it out, and I'm just not impressed. I'm like, all right, this is cool, I guess. Like he showed me Journey, I was like, I don't get it. He showed me Minecraft, I'm like, I don't get it. And then after enough time has passed,
he'll get back into it,
read more about it, and all right, so I guess this is kind of cool. And then I'll play it. I'll be like, "This is what Christian was talking about the whole fucking time."
Ahead of the curve, man. Ahead of the curve.
No, I remember you showed me Journey. I was like, "This doesn't seem like anything. Like cool. You're like floating around and shit." Or Minecraft, you're like showing me like this huge building that someone made from Howl's Moving Castle. No, Spirited Away. Yeah. And I was like, okay, whatever. But I don't know. I don't know.
So I
Just
have
reminded me of that.
Journey from an art style perspective is a game that I would look at and have zero interest in because
Hmm.
I mean, I just see those like sandy desert landscapes and it looks pretty, but that is a game that I would not be playing if I need someone to tell me how good that one is because Minecraft I can wrap my mind around the physics and the mechanics and like the gimmick. And all anyone ever tells me about Journey is that it's just so beautiful. Like you just like you're not ready. So I
Yeah, it really, and I think that's part of the reason why like Ian doesn't get into stuff really until after he gets a chance to really get his hands on it. Because I could show him something, and it's really different from the perspective of actually being able to sit down on your own time
yeah,
Right.
and sit down, just play through it.
Right.
probably true of a lot of different things.
So I mean, like Journey was great, and you know, just the fact that you got an entire vivid game out of something that didn't have any dialogue was
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Then I hope when you play, I hope there's someone to guide your way.
yeah.
It will be because
Because-
it'll like have just launched for PS4,
Right,
And
right.
everyone will be playing it. So it's
So-
like it's the perfect time for me to play it.
If you see a white coat, flock to them.
Yeah.
Flock to them and
Right.
listen to everything they say, every chirp. It'll mean. Oh my god,
every chirp.
that game, dude, is so good.
I'm
God,
excited.
The moments you have with the random people that join your game,
mo-
it's so great.
There's a trophy for like doing most of the game with just one guy, and I got it, and it's just like, whoever you are, god damn it, I love you.
I'm excited. Man, we're talking about this pretty long. All right, Christian, you gotta be zippy.
Super quick. All right, Diablo and Heroes of the Storm because they just released the update, and that is my past week.
Sick. Moving on.
Good.
Okay, so I think I'll start this week. My topic is a word association game. You guys have probably seen the like psychology like jokes where you say a bunch of words and then they have to answer like the first thing that pops into their mind really quickly. That's underlined very quickly. I think that's what'll make this funny or weird or difficult. It's gonna be really difficult to like respond quickly. So no pressure because I know it's like we're gonna be doing categories. So yeah, I'm gonna say a word or a noun. I think they're adjectives. Oh wait, I have nouns. I have nouns and adjectives. And then I want you guys to pick. When I go to each one of you, you can choose between games, movies, and TV, just to get in a mindset where you're picking a thing from one of those things.
Right.
Okay.
And
But
I'm
you
gonna,
can pick from any of these.
if you want to, I just thought that would make it really hard in your head to quickly think of like across all three mediums. Like if you're in a TV mode, I think it'd be easier to bring in a TV show.
Right. So Ben's gonna point to Christian and say, and then Christian's gonna tell Ben a movie, and then you'll say the word associated.
Or something.
No,
from a movie,
you'll
anything-
give
I'll give
anything
the
movie or
word
game related, or like an actual title.
you'll give a word.
either
to
or.
Christian
First thing
as
that
the
pops into
associate.
your head. It doesn't have to be like the name of a game. It could be a game, anything. Just the first thing that pops into your head.
And wait. Is this a judgment-free zone?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Always.
Only while we're in call.
there's always editing, Patrick. Okay, and I've got about 8 for each of you. I'll go back and forth. So, Christian, did you just want to do anything, or did you actually want to narrow it down between games, movies,
I'll
or
narrow
TV?
it down to games because that's what I do.
Okay. I thought Patrick might want to do TV. What do you want to do,
I'll
Patrick?
do TV.
Okay.
I mean, I can do whatever. If you want me to change between each one.
I probably prefer you do TV. Just like in my mind, that'll be easier to answer quickly if you don't have to like think like crazy.
Okay.
All right. We'll call these first ones warm ups, even though I haven't designated anything as warm up.
God.
Who wants to
Who are
go?
we starting with? Okay.
Who
I'll
wants
go
to go
first.
Okay.
I'll go first.
All right, Patrick, are you ready?
I'm not really, but you're gonna hit on me anyways.
Fluffy.
Scrubs.
Oh, that was pretty good. All right, I can't decide.
If you want me to expand
I'll
on
do
that.
like 3, and then I'll pick one that I thought was funniest, and we can expand on that one.
Okay, yeah.
All right, reptile.
Wait, I'm doing all 8?
Is it him or is it me?
Is it him?
I thought. Oh, okay. I didn't figure it out.
You said back and forth.
Yeah, and then I thought that might get crazy, but okay, we'll go back and forth. We'll do back and forth for the first 8 and then stop, and then we'll do back and forth for the next 8 and then stop.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
Alright, so Christian, oh, I guess I have to throw that one out. Alright, Christian, disgusting.
Oh shit. Conker's bad for a day.
Alright, Patrick, clusterfuck.
Game of Thrones.
Excellent. Christian, purple.
Master Chief.
Hey, alright, Patrick, street food.
Happy endings.
Christian, train.
Legend of Zelda.
Wow, I'm so impressed with you guys.
The train.
alright.
Okay.
Patrick, olive branch.
The West Wing.
Nice.
Nice.
All
I
right,
haven't seen it, but I know it's about a house, I think. You just said TV. I didn't have to watch it.
No, you
No,
did not.
no,
You did
you
not
really
have to
didn't.
watch it.
I
Okay.
haven't played half the games I'm thinking of.
Okay. So I said, what did I say? Disgusting to someone?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
did you say?
Conker's bad for a day.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like that you guys had like a variety across the medium because I was thinking that you'd get in like a mindset of like a one show and then that was
I was
really
thinking of the Great Mighty Pooh.
So you wanted us to think of the TV shows themselves and not a component.
no. I didn't want to specify no matter what.
Okay.
I
Could have
just
been anything.
I just wanted to narrow it down so that it would be easier, but you guys did not seem to struggle like I thought that it would be difficult. Okay, I really liked Game of Thrones and Purple. Those were my favorite.
I thought you'd say League of Legends and Lulu. She's like, that tasted purple.
I was
Uh,
thinking of the Needler, actually.
That's good. I was wondering. I was like, what the fuck?
That's
Master
pretty good.
Chief?
I didn't even think about it. He is green. I forgot about
Yeah.
that. I didn't even
That's
think
what I
about it. I
thought.
was like, yeah, he's purple. Nice.
And he said Master Chief. He didn't even say Halo.
Yeah.
Just
It's
like
the
Master
Halo.
Chief.
It was excellent.
That's
But
pretty
he could have
good.
been talking about Master Chief Collection, which is all of them.
That's
Okay, round 2.
Who are we
We'll
starting
We'll
with?
start with
Christian can go
we'll start
first.
with Christian.
I'll go first.
All right, Immortal.
Fuck, God of War.
Okay, I think of StarCraft. I guess you guys never played StarCraft. There's an Immortal.
Oh yeah, no. The
Yeah.
Zerg. They're not the Zerg.
Protoss. Patrick, cheese.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
StarCraft.
Oh, there you go. Would you like
I
some
think
cheese
that's
with that one? Christian, depressing.
Oh fuck. Heavy Rain.
Ooh. Patrick, mundane.
Big Bang Theory. I'm
Excellent. Christian, lightning.
Pokemon.
Ooh.
Let's say Final Fantasy Lightning Returns.
You
I
can't.
could have thought about it. I thought about Pikachu.
No, that's
I don't know. This one is really random. I don't even know what it means. Patrick, the Marianas Trench.
Archer.
Christian, infinite.
Bioshock.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
All right, that's all I got. That was pretty fun.
Let me explain Archer.
Okay.
'cause that one's random.
Yeah.
I just
There's
remember
a running gag for that, isn't there? No.
Well,
There's
I
just
thought
one
there
joke.
was the Sea Lab episode
Oh yeah.
when they're in the ocean. I was like, oh shit, which is the TV show that was in the ocean? And I just thought of
Lab
Archer,
2021 or whatever it's called.
something like
Nice.
that. Yeah.
What was your cheese one, Christian?
No,
His was
Ian's
StarCraft. Mine
mine
was
was
Always Sunny.
Oh, It's Always Sunny. What is It's Always Sunny in cheese?
Because Charlie Day's character, he likes cheese, and he's like going on a date, and he calms himself with eating cheese, and the other guys are like, "There's zero circumstance for you to eat a block of cheese," and I don't know.
That's perfect. That's all I got, but that went way better than I thought I was gonna go.
I like that.
That
I like
was-
that a
Oh,
lot.
no, that was good.
That was
was
fun.
good.
All
I
right.
know I'm like working at a job, but that was the most mentally stimulating I've been since I've left school.
I can say that coming up those topics might have been the same thing. Very cool. All right, Christian, what's your topic this week?
All right. Well, since we've got 2 games running this week,
We'll
I decided
sandwich
to-
them.
Yeah, sandwich them. So innovation in the shooter genre, and where the hell is it?
Yeah, I was like,
So,
what is that? I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, like, you know how everything's kind of like cut
Well,
and
yeah,
paste
yeah.
now?
I meant
So
that
you
there
have-
was no innovation. That was the
Right.
joke I was making. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you've got like
Ah.
your, what is it, your Call of Duty, your Battlefield, your, hell if I know, whatever else they have running.
Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor. Even
Oh,
though I
wait.
don't think they've come out with something in a
No,
long
I'm
ass
just
time.
kidding. I think it's been like 10 years.
I think they're dead.
There's Rainbow Six, Halo, Titanfall,
Get weird and call the Bioshock games.
Bioshock,
Those in there.
Team Fortress, Counter-Strike. So yeah, and then I like the one I can think of recently that kind of this topic resonates with is Splatoon, because
Which is awesome.
they created
Platoon is supposed to be really cool.
a game where you're quote unquote shooting projectiles, but it's not about hitting people with like bullets.
No,
Like
it's
they
totally about marking your turf.
Yeah, like they turned the mechanic on its head and made the game about painting as many walls as you possibly can.
Walls don't count, by the way. I'm just kidding.
Whatever you do,
Only
paint.
floors. It's only floors.
Oh,
but yeah.
okay. So
But
that's
it's super fun.
yeah. I think that's why that game was so popular, is because I don't know,
It's a shame it was strictly for the Wii U.
yeah, it's just like an original idea, I think. I mean, everything is like a recycling of something. That's kind of philosophical, but everything's a
Well, I mean, like to me, even the soundtrack of the game was just like super fun and kind of like energetic. Just listening to it while you're playing the game
yeah.
is just one of
I
the.
feel
It just
like-
helps you get hyped.
Something with Nintendo that they do really well is their music. I mean, everyone knows like the Super Mario music and how catchy it is. Legend of Zelda's got iconic music. And Star Fox. Definitely Splatoon has a distinct brand as well.
Yeah, because
It's memorable.
I'm honestly surprised in the way that games like latched on so quickly to like first person shooters. Like somehow, like when anyone thinks of video games, they think of someone with like a gun pointing from the bottom of the screen and them like shooting things. So it's something that's been ingrained in games for a really long time, and maybe it's more console than PC, but as far as innovation goes, I would give it to Splatoon.
Yeah, for sure. It's done so. I don't know. It feels like they've only added like a couple of bells and whistles to the formula of a first-person shooter. But what they've done has just absolutely reinvigorated the genre.
Borderlands.
Well, maybe not the entirely of the genre, but
Borderlands was a good one.
Borderlands, yeah.
Borderlands is another good one.
They had
Combining,
that.
I think, is that the first game to combine your FPS with your RPG elements, like picking up guns that are better than what you had before, or the equipment kind of thing?
They definitely popularized the loot driven
Yeah.
game. And they also, I think Borderlands was really innovative in the shooter space, because weren't they the ones that had like an infinite amount of guns? Like, cause they were randomized.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really neat. Like they randomized the types of guns that you had.
Right.
I don't think many other games do that. Like, it's so funny when, like, just cause you've played enough games that you know you could pick up a shooter and like know how to use the pistol, shotgun, and the sniper, and assume that they're going to be there, like without even playing the game, just because those methods of those weapons are just so common. Like I'll be playing a shooter and I'll be like, all right, where's my sniper? Like using the sniper, and
Where's
that's
my rocket launcher?
yeah,
And not just that, it also caters to your personality.
yeah,
Like what kind of gun do you like to use? Like some people love sniping, some people like shotgunning, some people like the mid-range rifles, and then they wait for like, oh, I can't use a sniper yet. Give me my, XYZ.
yeah. But I do think separate from the military, like, quote unquote simulators, I don't know that that's a good thing, that we have to like that when we play a game that we already know how to play it. Like, instead of having to explore the systems and figure out what that gun can give back to us, like, I think that makes it, like, Call of Duty kind of boring when in multiplayer I'm a master of all the weapons before I even play the game, because I know how to use a submachine gun. Like, I know how to use.
Well, I think that's more for the competitive scene than anybody else, just because Call of Duty's got such a large following. So I guess what they want is for people to be able to go into the game and not be terrible for months at a time until they get the hang of the game again.
Yeah, I'm not about that life at all.
Right, and I mean that's completely how we're all wired differently because I used to be heavy into that. I used to play Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, and then back when COD was good. But afterwards, it just kind of I lost interest in that kind of environment.
Because it's the same thing.
You can only hear somebody saying "fuck your mom" like 30 times, and then all of a sudden you get bored of it.
Yeah, I can only hear it about 4 times. No, I'm just kidding. But like if that game had a Titanfall did something really neat. They had a gun called the Smart Pistol where instead you had to point it in the vicinity of targets and you would have to wait while it auto locked on, like almost like a missile mechanic where like you point it at a fighter pilot and you have to wait a second for it to auto lock and then you shoot and it's an instant kill, but it like allows you to lock onto multiple targets at one time. It was really different. Like it wasn't a good gun, unfortunately, but it was like I picked it up and I died like 15 times in a row because I couldn't like figure out how to use it. Like because you really want to kite like while it's locking on, but it lets you kill like 3 people in one pull of the right trigger because you can lock on to whatever's in your view.
Yeah.
And that was totally different. Like that's not like a shotgun where I know that I have to sit and wait around a corner and one shot them at close range. It's not a sniper where I know how it's going to operate. Like, so I thought that was really neat. I think they're like the best shooters turn things on their heads, like Gears of War with the chainsaw on the Lancer. Like that's a different thing that you have to worry about.
I think the one game that resonates with me with the most innovative guns has to be Perfect Dark.
I never played Perfect Dark.
So Perfect Dark just had a huge array of weapons you could use. They had a gun called the Farsight, which allowed you to see through walls.
See? Like, that's so cool. Yeah.
And they had this one gun, I forgot what it's called, but essentially it's like a laptop that you could pick up, and you can either use it as an automatic like machine gun, or you can throw it on a wall and use it as like a turret. So you just leave it there and it would auto fire.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't played Perfect Dark in a long time, but that also reminds me of the Ronin from Nightfire. Are you confusing the two?
Yeah, I don't know. Because I sworn there was one in Perfect Dark. Maybe I'm wrong.
There could have been one.
It might have been the Ronin. It might have been the Ronin.
I think we're thinking, I don't know, but I haven't played Perfect Dark in a long time.
Yeah, so I mean, those really, really cool guns.
I mean, and there's some other games, okay, so shooter genre, we can also like think about Ratchet and Clank games and Sunset Overdrive and Jak and Daxter. Those guns are kind of weird too.
Sunset Overdrive is where I was going with this.
I mean, those are shooters, but those aren't. Well, I guess this is a shooter genre, not just first person. You're right.
Right.
Yeah, like Sunset Overdrive turned a lot of things like on its head as far as like what you can do. Because the shooting in that game was more the supplement to the traversal, which is like a different way of looking at shooting. Like it's not like you can actually use shooting mechanics and have them not drive the feel and the focus of the game, which is really nice. Like I hope that designers aren't like design their guns like to make them easier. Like I hope they're starting with an idea and building a gun around that instead of just following the tropes of the shotgun, the pistol, the rifle, the sniper, because I think that might be why I did get burned out on the first person junior, because I could even play Halo 5, which is, I don't know, 10 years after Halo 2, and I don't know that, like, other than being prettier and faster, that game challenges me more than Halo 2 did. Like, and that's kind of what I'm looking for, is a challenge, like a new something to adapt, to learn. Like that's something that draws us to games.
Right, and I think aside from the enemy patterns, that's about it.
Yeah.
It's not much.
And I'll speak to, and we mentioned this earlier, BioShock. I like BioShock a lot because it lets you dual wield like a gun and a plasma or a superpower. And there's like 8 of each type, and you can figure out, okay, so I should do the bucking bronco and the shotgun because I want to lift the enemies in the air and shoot them in the air with a shotgun. And you learn all that yourself, you know? There's nothing says like, this is the best way to use bucking bronco and a weapon.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, what works? What's the best combination? Should I use undertow, pull the enemy in front of me, then use a shotgun? That makes the most sense. Or use the alternative undertow where you like push them away or whatever, and then use a machine gun.
And you can't just pick up Bloodborne and be able to do that. Like you have to learn. You have to learn those systems, which is what makes it rewarding. And like Splatoon,
you did say Bloodborne. Say Bioshock.
Oh, dude, I've had 3 Bloodborne dreams in the last 4 days.
I think you should say nightmares.
I think no.
Let's be honest.
And I remember walking like down a city street, like just in my dream, and seeing like the little white orb like in the corners, like where you pick up like items.
Yeah.
And I was like, the dream had nothing to do with Bloodborne except for that. There was no Bloodborne references. It's just
it could have been worse. He could have been chewing on something like an umbilical cord.
Oh god. Yeah, there's only 4, so I would get hungry pretty soon after that. And then like Splatoon, I heard that like you can kill people in that game, but that doesn't in fact that typically will hurt your chances of winning the round. And I bet a lot of people like don't adapt to that, or they didn't know that game was going to be like that when they first picked it up because they're so used to the deathmatch style of game.
Well, what I thought was really cool about it is they had a weapon there, like you can use paintbrushes as well if you want to get way up close and personal, and
paint roller,
which I do.
Right, and there's nothing that's really too detrimental aside from the fact that you have to go like up close. Whereas in Call of Duty or whatever, if you're using like melee only, chances are you're gonna get ganked.
Yeah, like you take out the shield to troll. You don't take it out to win.
So it was just cool that it didn't hurt your gameplay that much if you wanted to use a weapon like that and still kind of win the game because it covers a lot of area with paint too. So
yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, for the sake of time, I think we covered that really well. Let's jump to Patrick's game.
Okay, so my game is gonna be we'll call it the anime game. So, anime, I think we talked about this before. Something I really like about anime is that the premises can be so ridiculous and weird that you can only animate them because you'll never ever ever do a live action. Although apparently there's a Japanese movie called Attack on Titan that's live action and it's supposed to be terrible.
Are we counting the live action Dragon Ball Z?
Oh dear.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Maybe that was supposed to be animated. They messed up.
Yeah.
Or the what else was there? There was the movie that doesn't exist, the M. Night Shyamalan one.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
All right. So what's the game?
So the game is I've compiled a list of anime that I've watched and I have written out their premises, and then I've also written out 8 scenarios that I personally don't believe are premises to anime, although I haven't watched all the anime in the world.
That's a good
So they could very well be actual anime.
I like the disclaimer.
Right,
I would love someone to write in and be like, that exists.
That exists. All 8 of those things you said exist. But Christian is also a veteran in anime, so he might actually understand and he'll know the difference. So the way the game is going to be played is I'm going to give you scenario A and scenario B. And one of them will be real, and the other one will be fake. And you guys have to determine which one it is.
Okay.
So Ben will answer first because he's not familiar. And then Christian will either correct him or guess himself. All right. So here we go. First 2 choices. This is A. After losing a battle between hell and heaven, Lucifer escapes through a wormhole where he gets trapped on planet Earth. There he finds a job in the fast food industry to accumulate enough wealth and power to return home. That is A.
I'm so excited that this means that you wrote half of these, because that's really impressive. That's super impressive.
Alright, and here is the other one. After losing his sister in a tragic accident, a man looks to the world of necromancy and gets caught up in a universe full of complex and unforgiving rules. Ben, which one is real and which one is fake?
I'm going to say A is real.
Christian?
Yeah, he's right.
He's right. Which anime is it, man?
It's called The Devil is a Part-Timer.
It's The Devil is a Part-Timer. You're right.
Very cool. Something about necromancy made me think that I didn't... It was I liked the fast food nature of the first one. And then I don't know why I didn't think necromancy would be an anime, but it probably is.
Well, actually, I actually have seen it is on Netflix, that one.
That one.
The Devil's Part-Timer is on Netflix.
It is on Netflix, and it's actually quite funny from what I've seen so far. So I thought it was pretty good.
It's not supposed to be like super serious.
No,
sure
not.
Definitely not. That's hilarious. Christian is gonna brutalize these.
Well, no, you got that one right.
Oh yeah.
You get it right.
I
You
mean,
got it
I
right,
can flip a
though.
coin and be right 50% of the time.
That's true.
It's true. Very true. Okay, let's see. A retired hitman tries to escape his violent past by becoming a mattress salesman. When his past comes back to haunt him, he must hide who he once was and those he cares about without reverting back to killing.
This sounds like
Primarily by
Mad
using
Libs.
pillows.
Oh, by using pillows? Okay.
And option B is a troubled demon hunter gets the help of a half-demon to hone her skills despite her many attempts to kill said half-demon.
Oh my gosh. Like, it sounds like you took a Mad Lib and filled in anime words, and then, I'm gonna say that B is the correct one.
I actually will go with Ben on this one. I'm not familiar with either of those.
You're right, the answer is B.
Nice.
Damn it, I'm not very good at...
Was it Helsing?
No, the real one is Beyond the Boundary.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I picked the second one because it sounded like something I wanted to watch. Which I guess I should give... I will give popular anime more credit than Patrick at making up fake anime.
I know. This is the thing. Like, if I don't get one of you guys, then I will have failed.
I mean, with 8 of them, that would be hard. But no, that second one just sounded really interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. All right.
Step it up, man.
I know. Here we go. Okay. After a failed brain implant, an alien parasite must live a life with its host only confined to his arm. The duo confront other parasites, where they unravel the origin and purpose of the invading alien force. And the second one, a fame-starved artist sells his soul to the devil to be the top of his game. His life is considerably shortened, his former relationships changed, and his life crumbles before him.
Isn't that a movie called Bedazzled?
Bedazzled is a jewelry thing I've seen in a telemarketing show.
Are you talking about the
Yeah. The Frasier movie?
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Where he, like, makes a deal with the devil or something similar.
It's Frasier and Elizabeth Hurley, and Elizabeth Hurley is the devil, and she's super hot.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's
Ben.
called Bedazzled. It's called
Your
Bedazzled.
guess, Ben.
I didn't know that. I just feel like I didn't know that aliens were. God, I don't know anything about anime. I don't know that aliens are prominent in anime. It's funny because the first two scenarios, the oddly specific one was the correct one, and the second scenario, the oddly specific was the incorrect one. So I have no I can't lean on that.
You can't base it on anything.
I can't.
I think I know which one this is, though.
I can't lean on that data. I'm gonna go with the alien one.
I was actually. I'm gonna say it's that one as well.
Fuck me, yo.
Just
Alright.
because the fact that it is confined to his arm is one of those weird, like, anime quirks.
I was gonna say the exact same thing. It was because of the arm. That's what got me.
Right.
I was like, that is weird.
Out of curiosity, which anime is that?
That one is called Parasyte.
Okay.
3
It's
for
pretty
3.
3 for 3 on both of you. Alright. Okay. Unfortunately, Christian will probably get some of the more popular ones. Alright. Okay, so a simple grounded cook at a small-town diner gets dragged into the most elitist and highbrow cooking school in the nation. There, he turns his upscale peers and unsuspecting teachers upside down with his unorthodox cooking.
I like these because I just feel like these are going to be really entertaining for the audience. Regardless of whether
I actually kind of want to include links to the synopses of some of these because I would recommend them for a lot of people.
Yeah, we can for sure. I really just think that these are more fun to listen to than they are to guess.
Yeah.
All right, so that one. Okay, what's the second one?
That was A. B is the god of war gets sent back to an earthen anger management class where she must learn the ways of controlling her rage. Conflicts arise when the class succeeds and she must use alternative means to diffuse situations.
I'm going to say A because I think that I have heard of this one.
It is A.
Yeah, you've told me about this one. I mean, I love
Shokugeki no Soma.
Yeah, Food Wars.
I loved it as much as when you first told me about it, Patrick.
I did?
Yeah, you've told me about that
I don't
one.
even remember
You might have even talked about it in our anime episode.
Okay.
Like, because it's something like, it's a really, like, interesting way to talk about how weird anime is, to talk about food wars.
Right, and the thing is, it's actually pretty freaking good. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
I've read
really
all
is.
like 100 plus chapters of that.
Is that the manga of it?
Yeah,
Nice.
which I believe is where it got its popularity from before they turned it into an anime. That's normally how it works, though, in Japan. Is you start out with the comic series, and if it gets
I
enough
mean,
traction,
it makes sense because I feel
Yeah.
like producing an anime is more expensive.
Yeah.
Well, I could be wrong.
yeah, no, it's it's so good.
Okay, this is not going well in my favor.
It's going well because the race is still close, though. It's,
All it takes is one slip.
yeah, one slip up.
Watch it; it's gonna be me.
I'm a little sketched out by Christian's Googling right now. I think
Yeah, what are you
this
doing?
is like cell phones.
Oh, I'm actually on Diablo right now, but sure.
This is like
You Diablo right now?
this is
Oh
like
my
cell
goodness.
phones at trivia.
Oh God.
This is how he. Well, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me try to get a hard one here to split you guys down the middle.
Oh God.
All right. Here we go. Although I might have talked about this one, which would probably suck. All right. Whatever. Okay. A video game enthusiast believes he gets drafted into a virtual reality war when he's actually instead drafted into a very real war. His obliviousness lets him succeed and climb the ranks of the military. And B, when two people die simultaneously, they get sent to a judgment purgatory where they play tabletop games that specialize in pulling out the darkness in them to ease sentencing.
Actually, this one sounds pretty hard. I'm gonna wait for Ben. Right.
The first one. Well, okay. I'm gonna make Christian go first because I don't want Mike on these ones. I think it's harder to go first. I don't want Christian to hear my bias before he picks. I already know which one I'm gonna pick. I can write it on a paper and show it to the screen to show
that's
that
fine,
I
don't
was
worry
not
about it.
biased. But
I'm gonna have to go with B.
I'm gonna go with A.
Which one did I say first?
A is the
Ender's Game
the
style
virtual reality.
Okay. The answer is B.
Damn it. That first one,
Alright.
I picked the first one because it sounded like such a tropey story.
Yeah.
I guess, no offense.
Dude.
Wait, what?
No offense to the creator of
No
that.
offense
Oh,
to
no.
whoever may have
Yeah,
written
yeah.
it. Like, it sounded, I guess that's a credit to you because it sounded believable. Like, it sounded like,
Right.
that's a very often, people like to take spins on that, what they thought was not real is real kind of thing.
Right.
A lot of the anime is like their premises are like ironic often.
Yeah,
So I kind of like went off that a lot.
that was a
Yeah.
good one.
But,
Alright, I still have time to
Uh,
catch up and win.
I don't know. These last couple are getting a little bit more famous. Christian's definitely going to know two of these,
Wait,
unfortunately.
what was the last one with the purgatory?
It's called Death something. Shit.
Okay.
should
I don't know
know.
why I
It's
was
really
thinking
good.
Angel Beats. All right.
No, it was really good though. Yeah, that one I really like that one. It was really dark.
Yeah, we probably should be saying the names if people are interested in the premises. I'll put them all.
Some of these
We'll,
are super interesting.
we'll get them all in
Yeah.
the show notes.
I'll send you the doc that I have.
Yeah.
All right. Oh god, these are pretty bad.
All right, these will be Ben versus Ben.
All right. An angel finds himself at the center of a crime ring and has to maintain his purity and membership to fulfill his mission. And then B.
What's his mission?
Re-
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Just say B.
a revenge-driven heroine must join a nudist organization to defeat an empire of fabric manufacturers.
I know which one I want to watch more. That doesn't mean it's real.
Right.
Shit. I'm gonna pick the second one because I want it to be real.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go with that one as well.
It is that one.
Nice.
Because it's just the most out there ones are
That
always.
one is out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Except for the mattress killer.
Right.
Yeah, see, I thought the mattress one was like my spin on like being oddly specific.
Yeah, it was
Um,
a good try.
that was a good try. All right, let's see.
Kudos to you for writing all these out.
Right. No. Some of these,
This-
actually, some of your premises though, I wouldn't actually mind watching.
Yeah,
I would watch some of these. I would watch some of them.
for sure.
All right. After gaining the ability to change identities of anyone he touches, an arrogant hero tries to take down the drug empire that took his family away. That's A.
It sounds
And
traditional story.
B is a country warrior follows his dreams to go to the capital to enlist in the Empire's army. When he finds out the Empire is a dirty, shitty place, he gets dragged into an assassin's den where he trains to take down the Empire he was once fond of. These two are just generic enough.
This one's gonna be like, gotcha. They're both real.
I think I already know which one this is.
I feel like the use of the word empire is really specific. Like, I'm curious, like, how, I'm sure that you kind of, like, whipped out the thesaurus on some of these premises. Can you read the first one again?
Yes. After gaining the ability to change identities of anyone he touches, an arrogant hero tries to take down the drug empire that took his family away. Both of them have empire.
Batman. No, I'm gonna say the assassin one. The second one, B.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
That's
assassin.
God, what is the name of that one?
That one's Akame got killed.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I'm impressed. I'm good at this.
You're so good. What was the one you got wrong?
The I don't
It was
remember.
like the third or the fourth one.
That was the fifth one.
Okay.
I didn't. Oh, it was the virtual war one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this one.
I still have a
is
chance to
not
tie
as-
This is the chance to tie.
Yeah, but this is.
Are you
Is it
gonna?
just-
It's really
So
bad that I
super-
saved this one last because I just basically copy pasted Never mind.
Just be even vaguer. Just be much vaguer on the premise.
Okay, here we go.
Because it's probably like Naruto.
All right. Let's see. Super vague. A musician. A musician from the streets.
Christian already knows. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm thinking about this. I mean, I can't
Musician
tell off of
from the
that.
streets uses his unorthodox gifts to change the world. That's super generic. And the other super generic one is, an exiled son takes out his former homeland from within using special powers. Those are really bad. I tried to simplify because one of them is really obvious.
I want to
I'm
answer.
really curious as to what the obvious answer is after this.
I want to answer second.
What was the first one?
Ah, shit, I made it up on the spot. Okay, a street musician uses his gifts to change the world.
See, because the only chance Ben has to tie this is if I pick the other one.
And the thing
That's
is,
why
that
I'm
this
going
one,
second.
I'm very sure that both animes with this vague a description exist.
At some point or another, right?
Yeah.
I'm like pretty sure I know this one.
I am actually not quite sure at all. So I'm gonna go with the other one, and Ben's probably gonna tie me.
So I'm gonna say A because Patrick sounded like he was struggling significantly more to simplify it, and I'm guessing that's the one that he did not make up because I bet he made up like a more simple one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm gonna pick A.
It's actually B.
Shit!
Yeah.
Damn
like,
it!
I copy pasted the Food Wars one with musician. So it was like the original one was a simple street musician gets dragged into elitist and highbrow music school where he turns his upscale peers and unsuspecting
Oh yeah, no,
teachers
that would have been
upside
super
down.
easy to figure out.
That would have been super easy. And the other ones was, and Christian would have gotten this one 100% if he heard this one.
Go ahead.
After
say it
gaining
now.
the ability to control minds by making eye contact, a genius
my
exiled son
God.
of an empire infiltrates his former homeland and tears it apart from within
Yeah.
using terrorist theatrics.
What's that one?
Good Geass.
Code Geass. One of the best fucking things I've ever
Oh
seen.
yeah, that would have been super.
That would have been super easy.
Damn it.
Well,
I had a chance. That was my
you did.
chance.
Sorry, man. I failed you.
Nah.
I didn't make the real ones vague enough. That's the problem.
I mean...
Or the fake ones real enough.
Oh wait, was Christian 8 for 8?
Christian was 8 for 8.
Son of a bitch. Alright, you can...
he actually watches anime.
You can
though,
keep
so
your
it's-
anime card, I guess, Christian.
I watch too much.
We won't
I
take
literally spent like all of the July 4th weekend catching up on stuff that I had like caught up on.
You can keep your credentials. Very cool.
You've confirmed you aren't lying.
That was awesome. Those are definitely like the 2 best games we've ever attempted.
Yeah, it does.
Actually, unless you count the Rotten Tomatoes, that was fun too.
Which we still haven't reached the end of because we're still waiting on a couple of movies.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's still the summer blast.
We still have all the answers. We'll revisit it for sure. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode of The Queue. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Check out new episodes weekly every Monday. We would love your feedback and opinions wherever we can get them. Drop us a review on iTunes. That would really help us out. Check us out at the Fig TV and Free Brunch on YouTube. Fig_TV, C Monkey. I always get that wrong. C Monkey 2 Eyes on Twitter and Free Brunch on Twitter. Thanks so much. Take care, everyone.
Peace.
Bye.